new items, new areas, or maybe even a brand new quest giver. These are all things that could be coming in the next Bee Swarm Simulator update. So the real question is, what's actually going to come next? Well, in this video, that's the question I'm going to be answering. So by the end of this video, you guys will know my theories on when this new update will be coming out and what cool new things are going to be in it. So without any further ado, here we go. Now, starting off with the actual day of the update. Now, if you've played Bee Swarm for at least the last 2 years, you know that we barely get updates. In the early days of Bee Swarm, onett was updating every couple of months, heck, every couple of weeks, with a bunch of cool new stuff, like anything from adding new bees to entirely new areas. But in the modern day of Bee Swarm Simulator, we get one update every single year, and that's Beesmas, where we get some Beesmas quests, and then something cool, and that's what I want to focus on. Because the reason I think that all this cool stuff is going to be coming out this Beesmas is because it's happened in the past. Every single Beesmas, onett has been releasing some sort of really cool new thing. Take example 2 years ago, when onett released Pushrooms in Beesmas 2021. It was a really crazy game mechanic, and with that, he also released Dapper Bear, Bee Quips, and a couple other things. And then you can take last year, for example. Sure, the classic Beesmas stuff got added, and onett released some new planters and Dapper Bear quests, but the main thing onett released was the Robo Challenge, which was an absolutely huge game mechanic as it allowed for new amulets, new bees, new items, and so much more. So now that we know that the big update this year is most definitely going to be Beesmas, what exactly is going to be included in this update? Well, in order to know that, we have to take a look at everything onett's currently working on. Now, there are a couple things onett has promised us that he wants to get released into the game. And trust me, there's some pretty cool things onnett's working on. Now, for starters, there's the coconut belt, which is most likely going to come this Beesmas, because onnett's already created what it's going to look like, and there's some speculation that we might already know what the passive abilities are going to be. But since the model was already finished a couple months ago, I think it's very possible that this item is going to be released within the next couple of months during Beesmas. But what's more exciting is the fact that not only has onett promised us the coconut belt, but a whole string of endgame belts. From what we know, this coconut belt is probably going to cost around the same as the gummy boots, but not as much as the endgame collectors. But these new belts are probably going to be insane. Now, I could make a whole nother video on that, but in simple, these new Bee Swarm Simulator belts might actually come this Beesmas. The only problem is onett hasn't actually leaked anything for them yet, so I'd say there's like a 50-50 chance that we'll get new belts this Beesmas, because it makes sense that onett would release these new belts at the same time that he releases the coconut belt, but I'm not promising anything. Now, next up is new sprinklers. Now, we have waited for new sprinklers for so long. The last time we got sprinklers was this Supreme Saturator, and if you've played Bee Swarm for a fair amount of time, the Supreme Saturator costs basically nothing, which just goes to show how much we've progressed since this last update came out. So because of that, onett has promised us 3 new endgame sprinklers. Now, I usually wouldn't think that these would come out this Beesmas, but I feel like onett would be making it a priority to get these sprinklers out as soon as possible. Because while the Supreme Saturator was pretty good, considering how far we've advanced, the Supreme Saturator honestly kind of sucks now, and we need much more powerful sprinklers to progress. So I feel like if anything, before onett releases any new endgame collectors or belts or whatnot, then onett should be prioritizing the sprinklers, and so there's a good chance that those could come out this Beesmas. Now, once those sprinklers come out, onett can focus on the next thing, which is gonna be endgame backpacks. If you haven't already realized by this point, onnett's basically promised us a whole nother set of endgame gear, because while the current endgame setup looks like the gummy boots, the coconut canister, the petal belt, the 2 crimson and cobalt guards, and then your choice of mask and collector, hopefully within a little bit, we're going to have a brand new belt, 2 brand new guards for each color, a brand new endgame backpack, a really cool new sprinkler, and maybe even a brand new amulet. So while onett is going to release a brand new backpack, well, actually he's going to release 3 for 1 for every single hive color, onett has also stated in the past that he wants to make brand new guards. And I don't think these are going to be specific to hive color. I think they're specifically just going to be mix and match, and they all have a bunch of different abilities with brand new passives. Now, while all this endgame gear would be really cool if it was released, there's something that I think we all want even more, and that would be a brand new endgame area. Because right now in Bee Swarm Simulator, the highest you can progress is 35 bees, and trust me, that is not that many. You have to work so hard to get your 50th hive slot, and you don't even unlock a new area when you get your 50th hive slot. It's just 2 trillion honey down the drain. So it'd obviously be extremely beneficial if onett added some sort of brand new 45 or 50 bee area, but I'd prefer if it was a 50 bee area though. And in this area, there could be so much, like for starters, a brand new quest giver. This could also be where onett puts all of the brand new endgame gear that I talked about in this video, and even better, onett could put an endgame blue field, because if you didn't know, we already have an endgame white field, which is the coconut patch, and we already have an endgame red field, which is pepper patch, but we don't have an endgame blue field. The closest thing we have to that would be pine tree, but I mean, like, pine tree's kind of of eh. I mean, it's decent, but compared to coconut and pepper, it is not that good. You could also argue Stumpfield, but Stumpfield has a lot of white and red flowers as well, and also there's Stump Snail guarding Stumpfield, so it's very obvious that we need a brand new field. So in the end, when it comes to what could be released in this brand new update, I think it's most possible that there's definitely going to be the coconut belt. We're most likely also going to get the other endgame belts, but I can't promise anything. The normal Beesmith stuff is also going to be coming. I don't think we're going to get any new quest givers this soon though, but I would think it's very possible for future updates. So with that said, I really hope you guys enjoyed my theories, and also I just started a Noob to Pro series, so click here if you want to watch it because it's actually a pretty fun video. And with that said, thank you for watching your favorite White Hive and have a good rest of your day.